Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to give you my thoughts on the season 4 finale of Van Helsing on SYFY, which was called The Beholder. Yeah, I had to go on a little Christmas trip to get together with my fiance and her side of the family. You gotta do that kind of thing once you do that. But nonetheless, I was pretty eager to get back and watch the season finale of the show. Especially knowing that it did get renewed, as I did in a video just a couple days ago, for a 5th and final season. And you can watch my video for more of my thoughts on it ending next year. But just to sum it up, overall, I think it's good. I am fine with that, just based on the trajectory of the story, the direction, with the Dark One Dracula, Tricia Helfer. I just feel like that's about another 13 episodes is about the right amount of episodes to go, without, kind of stretching it out or bleeding it out. I know, like, as fans, you just kind of want to go rabid and, go more, come on, a little bit more, because the cast and crew are so great, and they are. But you also they also gotta know that, they can't, stretch a story out or, bleed it dry. They gotta tell it at the pacing they see fit. And, I don't know about them, but for me, this feels appropriate in terms of, how much time's left to close it out. It feels like there's no way the story's going to reach like that height and the stakes that it's probably going to get into in season 5. So I think it's the right time to go over where they're going to go with it. This was a pretty good finale. I want to say it's my favorite season finale of the show. Yes, and maybe because there's no Vanessa, and that was kind of unfortunate. If you guys didn't know, Kelly Overton was again pregnant in this season. Kind of limiting her screen time, and thus, our writers had to, go around that. So that is what it is. But, still I would have liked if they had Kelly film something they could have just placed into the final episode or something. I don't know. Of course, Dracula's playing a lot of, mind tricks with, Violet and Jack, especially Jack by the end. But nonetheless, I'm relieved that at least Vanessa wasn't killed off or something, and we'll likely get a full charged Kelly Overton, Vanessa leading the charge, hopefully at some point pretty quick into season 5. Because, the rest of the cast does a really nice job. I've warmed up to Violet and Jack, especially Jack. But if Vanessa was gone and she wasn't leading the charge to kill Dracula after everything we've been through with her, it would feel like a disservice to the show. I'm just very happy and relieved that they didn't feel the need to go that route. So yeah, I'm very ready, but I don't really want to wait until next fall to see more Vanessa again. But this episode is still pretty good. Really held up by Tricia Helfer's Dracula. It was great seeing her again. I was skeptical. Even though I know Tricia Helfer comes from a great background of genre, TV and film. Lucifer recently, she was in a great season 2 episode of Supernatural. This isn't really genre so much, but she was good as her guest role in season 2 of Burn Notice, Battlestar Galactica. Obviously, you could list stuff, her stuff for hours. But, I still had my, doubts, but ever since I seen her in Metamorphosis, episode 7 this season, I've thought she's one of the best portrayals of Dracula in a long time. And, it's coming from someone who's always loved the character and, vampires and such. She plays it with there's a very intimate eeriness that goes with her when she's on screen that she absolutely nails. Then there's like a seductive, a slight charming side to it, and at the same time when she gets serious and sort of straight faced, it's kind of like, okay, I actually feel the danger of this character that's been built up for the whole series. And I think they've done a really good job with that, and Tricia Helfer is just doing fantastic in that role. And her in the Dark Realm, her having it be sort of her, Freddy Krueger world. She can do anything she wants. It's a good touch. Her tricks with Violet and Jack, the shape-shifting introduced a little bit more. With the Oracle as well, I thought was handled nicely. More than Madam President, although she is, killed, but apparently there's some sort of sanctuary or safe haven with, millions upon millions of people. And with Dracula taking the guise of the Madam President, is she going to create that big of an army? Is she, she's looking to probably infiltrate the last threshold of humanity, just pluck that out. She comes across very, very smart and clever, and that she always has the foresight that's needed for the character of that level. So again, just really well handled on her end. I also like the skirmish that Axel and Julius, they make a good duo. I want to see more of them working together with these mutant vampires with the waste and such. Very, very fucking strong. And they actually have to decapitate him to kill him. There's no other way around with those. Both Axel and Julius are gravely injured before they get to where Doc was supposedly researching and everything that they took her to. And the camera moves. So they're both dead, but they're going to be brought back somehow. We lose I think Aaron Douglas was playing him. We lose him a little bit quicker than I thought. I think he could have at least gone through a couple or a few episodes in season 5, but it is what it is with that. So again, Dracula is definitely the highlight of the episode. And just that whole vibe, it was just, intoxicating, as they said. One little thing though, when she does, get the Oracle free, when she's shifted as Madam President after she had just screwed with Violet's head, I was confused as to why the Oracle had to remain in the form of the other, I forget her name, the other woman. Obviously, Dracula did, to get to, their safe haven, but why the Oracle had to remain as someone they all know she isn't, I don't know. That's just a little thing. It probably doesn't really matter. Again, just Dracula screwing with everyone. Ivory, yes, I meant to talk more about her. I do like her and Jack's, romance. I feel like both the actors make it feel a little more natural than it could have, since it's happened so quickly. But I think it's working. And Ivory is just an incredible, incredible character. I've loved her, from when she was introduced in the show. She was one of the coolest looking vampires of the whole series. But now she's one of our strongest, most capable survivors, if you want to call them survivors. And the way Dracula sort of looks at her after Ivory's neck is snapped, knowing she's going to come back, but the way Dracula looked at her almost knew she'd be some sort of threat, but she wanted to see where she was going to go with it. Maybe that she didn't really have time to deal with Ivory, full on. Obviously, Dracula could kill Ivory at this point, but I think there's knowingness with Dracula. There's probably going to be more confrontation between her and Ivory next season. I think that should be interesting. And of course, Ivory, helping with the others and such before being gunned down herself. But she's going to heal. And the real Jack still being trapped in the Dark Realm. But yeah, I'm fully expecting and hoping that Vanessa appears in the first episode, frees Jack, and just launches her crusade with her leading the charge against Dracula. I cannot wait for that. And this is a pretty good finale, not my favorite, but still leaves a mark because of Dracula Helver's Dracula. And some good cliffhangers, before the last season next year. And if it had been canceled, that would have, excuse my language, that would have fucking sucked. But no worry on that. We got our final season coming next year. I cannot wait, guys. Van Helsing, a great show. That's best with Vanessa, of course, but I'm willing to wait because I'm expecting great things next year, which I'm sure we'll get some good payoffs. So yeah, we'll get more sentimental when we come back to that next year. Of course, I will be reviewing each and every episode of this show. Happened from the start, will not stop. I'm giving this episode about an 8.9 out of 10. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.